Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Trackmania Matt. I'm sorry if I haven't been making Tommy TNF episodes lately. Like I have been really busy with school and such. I've been busy with lots of other stuff. But these videos that I'm about to make is a little series of videos that will teach you guys how to fix the third-party content that you download for Trainz if they're faulty or have missing dependencies. So, let's get started. I recently found all my old UK branch lines content on my computer. I'm not sure who sent them to me, but I did find them. Yeah, that was just a photo I had. It's final UKBL assets. This is them. But the first one I'm going to do is Murdoch. Now he's importing. It does take a little bit to install the files. Alright, he has 2 errors, so we'll go to today. Takes a little while to load, but it usually loads. Then it's called 9F Murdoch Cab. We edit and commit them. And when you edit and commit them, they shouldn't have any errors or warnings. But you have missing dependencies for the tender and engine. The only dependencies are on the download station. Note that you have to have a first-class ticket in order to access the download station and a registered Trainz Railroad Simulator serial number, depending on which game you have. Trainz 2009, Trainz 2010. I'm using Trainz 2010. Note that I'm using that one because an unfortunate error happened with my Trainz 2012, causing me to have to uninstall the game, and I've reinstalled it several times, and it won't patch to the later version of 58414. I can't get it to patch because of an error with the patch during patching, so that's why I'm downgrading all my content to 2010. So yeah. So how we get these is you just click on the assets that need the dependencies, drag them into Download Helper, and once it's done searching, once it says idle, wait for it to be done searching, click Start, and it will then download all the dependencies needed for the locomotive and tender to work. Depending on if the locomotive has a tender. This one does, since it's Murdoch. And no, don't ask me for him because I am following the rules of not redistributing MST Noodles Thomas content. Now, as you can see, Murdoch is faulty. So we gotta view his errors and warnings. So how you do that is you right click on the asset and click View Errors and Warnings. Now, all of these errors, I will teach you how to fix these. And his tender also has errors. So now we are going to edit Murdoch in Explorer. How you do that is you right click, edit in Explorer, edit in Explorer, and you should get this popped up. Now it says the task is complete. Now we just need to view the errors and warnings one more time. Keep this up. Now all of these errors are in his configuration file, the config.txt. So you double click that and it'll automatically open. Now his errors are, the first error is the attachment point A.Corona1 in RR must be found in mesh Murdoch body. If that happens, just take it out. And then you're set for that error. Now, the other errors is the Corona one. Now it says attachment point attachment A sill drain 1 in smoke 2, sill drain 2 in smoke 3, A dot leak in smoke 9, and A dot leak 4 in smoke 10. Same thing that I did with RR, the RR tab. Just delete whatever. Just would delete whatever is giving you trouble. And press Control S on your keyboard, or just click File, Save, depending on what you're using to do this. Now, for Murdoch's tender. It says attachment point animated mesh water load in queues load water was not found. So we go into Edit and Explorer, quickly view the errors for him one more time. Attachment point A Corona O in RF in the water load. So we go to RF and just take it out. You're set for that. Now his coal load, water load. If it gives you an error for either the coal for the coal load or the water load, just set the word to default and save. Whoops, I did not mean to exit out of that, so bear with me for a few seconds while I reopen Content Manager. Now this is going to take a little bit to load since there's a little bit of content in here. And yeah, just bear with me. Yep, there we go. Now we go back to Murdoch, who is still open for edit. Click. And if you want to do more than one asset at a time, do Control and then click the other assets you want, which we only need 2. But if you click that and then you also use the Shift button, that'll select all the assets at once. But right now we only want 2. So we right-click it, both of them at the same time. We click Edit, and we go down to Commit. And it commits it. And as you could see, Murdoch now has no errors or warnings. So, when we go to View in Railyard, Errors, we have something open for edit, the oil lamp, red. So now that we have that closed out, and edit and done, we could view him in the Railyard. Content Manager will shut down, and you can view Murdoch in the Railyard. Which the game takes a little while to load. Bear with me, please. And, yeah. I don't know why his texture is all messed up, but it's a little funky. I don't know what the heck happened. Maybe I need an extra. Maybe I need a new build number. I'm not really sure. But we go to options. I don't need a new build number. I'm up to the latest version. So textures for this game can be a little wonky at points. So we need to find out how the heck we're gonna fix this. Yeah, so we need to find out how to fix Murdoch. So we'll view. We will edit him in Explorer one more time. I'm really not sure what the heck happened to him. But, I am going to recommit out, I'm going to do something really quickly with the mesh. But, how I'm going to fix this is all the softwares that I use in this will be in the descriptions of the video. So, what I'm going to do to fix this is I'm going to go to PM to IM, not this one. This is another version, but this version here strips the unsupported textures. So you open that. I'm using TS 2010, user data, the editing, 9F Murdoch, body, and if it says already converted with a PevSoft tool, it may not convert correctly again. Ignore that, and it creates the mesh. Same thing goes for the shadow mesh. Now we need to edit Murdoch's tender and do the same exact thing. We need to do this for all of his meshes. The process is simple. Now that all his meshes have been converted, we commit. Now we need to view Murdoch in Content Creator Plus in case it's messed up. It might be because of a Trainz build number, and yes, it was created for an older version of Trainz, so please update that. Then that's probably why it was messed up. Because it was created for an older version of Trainz. So we will now commit Murdoch and his tender and view Murdoch in the rail yard to make sure that his textures are not wonky anymore. If Trainz crashes like this, then there's something wrong. I'm not really sure what that meant. But I am going to start the game. And go to rail yard one more time. I'm not really sure what that meant. Okay. Now we got some of this. If his textures are still messed up, then you gotta do a little bit of research. So while I'm doing this, I need to go do some research. Trainz textures. Trainz 2010 texture problem. Black multicolor textures. Ooh, here's something. Oh. Boingo, that's why. Okay. Like I was saying, I don't need to do any more research. I found the problem. So, I'm going to show you what to do when that happens. So let's click Murdoch. We view him in Railyard. Wait for what happens. If he has multicolored textures like this, the whistle's fine. If he has multicolored textures like this, go back to Content Manager, go to File, then Settings, then go to Miscellaneous, now I need to view in Railyard one more time. He still has multicolored textures, so we're not really sure what's wrong with him. Let's see. Oh, we need to disable that. So settings, miscellaneous, disable hardware, disable that. Now we go to 9F Murdoch, view in Railyard. He still has multicolored textures. Settings, miscellaneous. Don't want all my filters. Click save. Shut down Content Manager, see if that helps. Go back into Content Manager. Let all the content load. Oh boy, this is taking forever. Oh, there we go. Now we need to view him in Railyard one more time. If he still has multicolored textures, you got a problem. Yeah. Oh, I know. Another way you could do this is go to Launch Trainz 2010, start the game up, then go to your main menu, even though you're on it, click Options, then click Global Consist Library, Developer Settings, Surveyor Settings, no. Enable compatibility mode for older content. Go to Railyard. And if the compatibility mode for older content is checked, your texture still's multicolored? What? Why is it still multicolored? This is really freaky. Okay. Oh boy. Trainz 2010. We'll need to do some research. Multicolored textures. Now we need to see if this will even help. Oh, and then we need to exit the game once again. Once that's done, we need to open for edit Murdoch and Explorer. And select all, edit and commit. We'll let it do what it's got to do. And Murdoch is again faulty. Up, just some errors. Edit and Explorer. Now how you fix these is it says blue star coupler and brake for both of them in the tender and engine is obsolete. So what you need to do is go to blue star coupler and brake in the configuration file and take them out and save. Same goes with the tender. Blue star coupler and blue star brake, save it. Edit and commit. Murdoch should be okay. View in Railyard. After reopening the asset in Explorer, game takes a little while to load. If you do that, he shouldn't have any more multicolored textures. As well goes for the tender. So here is, again, the all-time rare discontinued UKBL Murdoch. Full up-close view. With an MST noodle cab. Which has a plaque. If you could read it really closely, it says, "In memory of David Mitten, 1939 to 2008. I was deeply saddened by this when I first heard that. But he's in a better home now. He's home with the Lord. So may he rest in peace, as well as George Carlin. And the original narrator for Tugs, too, for that matter. But anyway, so that's pretty much it on how to get original UK branch lines Murdoch working. So I will see you all in the next video, and peace out, homies.